got going on, and they're incentivized to do that. It means that we no longer have to worry about like a terrible catalog, and I hope that kind of travels into between the PlayStation 4 as well. You know, it's I might get Vita. I might get the Vita. I'm strongly considering it, but at the same time, it's like I said, is that the fact that you can have it on the Vita and the PlayStation 3, I probably won't even need it. You know, I think the worst thing about the DS and the PSP is that, especially the PSP, was that they were trying to put console games onto a PSP, and that just doesn't work. It's like, why would I want to play this on a tiny screen and tiny speakers with one analog stick when I could play this on my giant screen and, you know, full controls, you know, in my home theater set and stuff like that. I thought Monster Hunter was bad. I mean, sorry, not Monster Hunter was bad. I was saying that I really want to get in Monster Hunter, but I could not deal with the lack of wheel control. Like it was like way animation focused, and you know, it's like you can't lock on or anything like that. It's like Ocarina of Time introduced Z targeting. It was like, oh, you just like just miss them by like a mile. There's ad hoc for Monster Hunter, the ad hoc party, and so you can play online Monster Hunter. I know people who do that. I thought that allowed you to play online. I have no beef with Capcom canceling Mega Man Legends 3. I thought it's like if they didn't think it was a bad game, they wouldn't have canceled it, so they canceled it. So that leads me to believe, hey, it wasn't that good a game in development anyway. Why would they want to release a game that they felt like wasn't up to standard? It just happened to happen around the same time they canceled that other Mega Man game, so it made it seem like they were just doing it despite. Then again, they lost Shinji Mikami. Oh, there's plenty of reasons to get mad at Capcom. I mean, they're fucking releasing DLC for cheat codes. Bullshit, you know. It's like, and they had Resident Evil, the Mercenaries, whatever it is, that awful game. Capcom's been really screwing up. I just won't hold anything against them for Mega Man Legends 3. Other stuff, like the whole Maverick Hunter skin for Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 for Mega Man, it's like, it's bull. You know, it's like, hey, we got a Mega Man game now. Not that I'm saying it's like, okay, they released like 1,000 Mega Man games, and now it's like maybe there hasn't been so many lately. It's like, should we really be that sad about it? I don't know. Oh, they've been money horse for a while. I think it's just that people. If you thought, look at Mega Man. Okay, Capcom's been money horse for a long time. I think DLC is okay, so long, even if it's on disc, so long as the original game is fulfilling. You know, it's like if you feel like you got the value of the money you put into it without the DLC in the first place. Like if the DLC, if you just kind of ignored it for a second, say, hey, did I get the $60 value that I wanted out of this game? Okay, here's DLC to improve upon that. If it's not done that way, then, you know, there's a problem. It's even people who like complain about the whole DLC on the disc. Like I said, it's if it's there, it's not a big deal to me. I think it's better that way sometimes, because would you rather have that content available on the disc to unlock and just download, or would you want to download that 500 megabytes or something like that for that DLC that you had wanted? And that's just the thing. If it's map packs, people are buying it, then who are we to say, hey, you can't do that? It's like if they're buying it, then that's how it is. The only way you're not going to show it is if you don't buy it. I think for Call of Duty, for example, the reason they did the whole Call of Duty Elite thing was because by the second or third map pack, I say the third map pack, the sales had really like fallen off the charts. It's like it really drastically spun downwards. They needed something to get the money up front because they knew they were losing all this money. It's like, hey, here's a deal. We'll get you those map packs. All you have to do is pay us up front. Buy the Hardened Edition or just straight up subscribe to Call of Duty Elite. The biggest problem I think is that alright, there's going to be like hundreds of games that come, dozens of games that you want to play that come out between this November and next November. Why get the map packs if you don't think you're going to play it? So it's like, no. Elite is a subscription service to allow you to get the map packs. Elite is sort of like a statistical tracker and stuff like that, but that's the crazy thing about Elite, the fact that it's been down for so long and all those issues it's been having. It's like, dude, even if it's like they need to flatten the service, get rid of a lot of the dynamic stuff about it that they've been having trouble with. And like one example a friend gave me was that, alright, they used to have this thing on Call of Duty Elite where it said, "Welcome back, Aaron," and now it's like Aaron's profile. Now it says, "Welcome back," and my profile. They got rid of like the dynamic part of that. It's like instead of having people name out the names, they just got rid of all that. Now it's just straight up like my profile, welcome back. It's one of the examples, of course. I think Battlelog is a really well implemented system. They haven't had any. I thought Battlelog had the least amount of problems. I think it's more people adjusting to it, but so far I haven't had any problems. I think there's been problems with Battlefield 3 crashing and stuff like that, and video card issues and whatnot from NVIDIA and ATI, but other than that, it's Battlelog itself, no problem. And even Origin, as much as people bitch about Origin, it's like, it's just because it's EA. If it was a different company, people probably wouldn't be up in arms about it as much. And for them taking games off of Steam and stuff like that, I would love if Steam was the one system to rule them all. But then we wouldn't have systems like Good Old Games, where it's like DRM free, and you get this great batch of content to include it. Even Good Old Games is having it now, where they're releasing like brand new games onto their service as well. So it's like, I'll do that. Yeah, I'm about 200 megs into the latest patch, so I got to do that. I haven't played it since they put the new patch in. I just hope I have enough interest in Battlefield 3 to keep playing it for a while, which I think I will once the Karkin maps come out. Who doesn't want Half-Life 3? Half-Life Episode 2 left on such a great cliffhanger, such an emotionally driven cliffhanger. Episode 2 is probably one of the best games to come out in a long time, like one of the best PC games. I thought it was very well paced, and everything was so crazy in that episode. But it's been so long since it came out. It's like, come on, Gabe. I know they've probably been spending so much time developing it, and it's probably just like Half-Life 1, where they're spending like 6 years or something like that developing the engine for it. Because as soon as Half-Life 1 came out, they started working on the Source engine for Half-Life 2 and stuff like that. I guess it was like 5 years instead, though, because the only reason it took 6 years is because of the whole beta leak. I don't know, just another... It kind of depends. For me, I don't really mind either way. Sometimes digital downloads can be way more convenient, because then you don't have to worry about losing your copy, or the copy getting scratched to death, or you losing the CD key or something like that. and I guess I'm kind of a clean freak as well. It's like, I think certain stuff, yeah, absolutely. Like Blu-rays, I like having a physical copy just because the cases look cool and stuff like that. But I don't know. So, I mean, some of the cases are gigantic sometimes. Like the cases are bigger than the discs they hold. Like this, like a huge, like a gigantic PC case. It's like, oh man, it just takes up. I'd rather have a thin copy, you know. And of course, is that you have never-ending digital supply of games. You know, sometimes they might figure a way to limit those downloads, but for the most part, it's like you don't have to worry about it selling out or something like that, or going up in value because it's the physical copy. Like for example, Final Fantasy VII came out for the longest time, like the Black Edition and stuff like that, which I don't support. The stupid Black label is like $100 or something like that, or plus $300. Then it comes out on Steam for $10. Now the physical copy still worth a lot of money, but why would you want to spend that $100 or whatever if you can spend $10 on a digital copy? You know, it's that kind of thing. You know, it's like when it comes to like one of the rarer kind of games where it's like the value of the game is way above what it normally is. That's when it's like, fuck the physical copy. I'd rather have the digital version if that's the way it's gonna be. You know. And sometimes the best sales come on the digital versions, although it's bullshit when you see like things like Xbox on demand when it's like, okay, the game in the store costs $20, but we're going to charge $30 for the digital download. It's like, dude, 5 gigabyte game, I'm going to spend so much time downloading it. You're just encouraging me to go out and buy a used copy. They didn't even shove it in your face some more. And that's what pissed me off about online passes. Is that okay? So someone bought your game brand new, $60. They went to the store and they bought the game for $60, and then they decided, you know what? I'm just going to trade this game into GameStop so I can get some money to buy another new game or whatever they do. But the companies are like, hey, we want to be paid twice. You know, it's like we got paid $60 for this game. Well, after all the the margins and stuff like that is separate out. We got X amount of money for this game, but now we want more of your money. You know, it's like somebody already paid you for your goddamn game. We're just gonna go. I mean, it's great marketing. Don't get me wrong. I'm a marketing graduate, so it's like I understand how the business works and that that's how it is. And there's nothing I can say to stop it. But it's just really lowbrow when you think about it. It's like someone bought a game. Now we want to get twice as much, or we want more and more and more money. Yeah, it's the share with friends kind of thing that's kind of silly too. You know, even Sony's getting the act where they limit the game sharing you could do. But then again, most of that was like a scam. You know, people setting up game share accounts and stuff like that. It just goes to show, like, okay, for example, some of the games. This is why I never buy a game full price. You know, or anything. I don't buy anything full price anymore, because it always goes down in price pretty drastically by like a month or two. Like a TV, it goes down hundreds of dollars in a couple months because there's other stuff coming out. For a video game, like right now on Black Friday, Uncharted 3, you can get Uncharted 3 for $30. Modern Warfare 3. Likely in a couple months it's going to go down to $40. The only reason it's going to stay at around that price is because people are still Black Ops still costs us like about $30-$40. I bought Battlefield 3 when Amazon had their digital download sale, and I got it for like $40, $42, something like that. Well, what I did with Killzone 3 was that, alright, it came, like I bought it at, I think, Walmart, or was it Best Buy. Always, if you can, get it in the store that has like a $20 gift card with it. Because what I did was that, alright, I bought the game, it came with a $20 gift card. I sold the gift card, and I sold it at face value. Because people on eBay are like crazy bastards or something like that. They're willing to pay that. I think it's because they have like a ton of money in their PayPal or something. So you sell it, then you basically got the game for $40. What happened was that, alright, a few weeks later, I got kind of bored of Killzone 3 and I wanted something else. I sold Killzone 3 for $55. So I made $15 after the fact. eBay is full of a lot of assholes too. The fact that they charge so much for their shipping costs and stuff like that. It's like, well, I know this isn't going to cost you $10 to ship this game. It's only going to cost you $2.50. Because that's how much it costs me to ship games out. Why is it costing you $10? It's that kind of stuff. You know, it's like there needs to be some sort of limit on that. And I bet they're shipping it on cheaper carriers too to make up for that, because they're shipping it usually in bulk. So they get better prices, or if they ship enough copies, they get better discounts on their stuff, because it's like, you're a trusted seller, you know. That's how it is, you know. And the problem is that, okay, Amazon is great because they have their Amazon Prime and stuff like that, but pretty soon they're going to start charging everyone tax, because they've accepted guidelines where now they're going to charge tax for their products in areas where, like in America, where before they didn't. Because there was, like, I think it's because they finally agreed on a streamlined guideline for how the tax system will work. But then again, Amazon charges for a lot of this stuff, charges so little for a lot of this stuff anyway, and they could still offer, well, if you think about it, a lot of online sites charge tax. Amazon just happens to be one of those where it doesn't. But Amazon already has, like, pretty low prices as it is, so it's like, it doesn't bother me as much as it probably should, because at the end of the day, it's like, I still know I'm going to get a better deal on Amazon. I think the only time it's going to be an issue is when you want to buy bigger ticket items. But that's how it is, you know. It's like, you kind of got to accept it. You knew eventually it was going to happen. They were going to charge tax for their products. It's just a matter of when, not a matter of if. And the fact that all these other sites charge tax too, you know, Amazon was going to get away with it forever. I just hope that they figure out a way to kind of lessen that amount or something like that for people who do subscribe to, like, Amazon Prime, but probably not. Oh, I gotta save my game, I think. Ah! Little man slapped me. Say Foy, I'm thinking of Fantasy Star Online, FOIE. Yeah. They probably do. $45. Yeah, me too. I'll still be using the site. I have no doubt in my mind that I'll be using it. I think it's like tax doesn't really kill it sometimes. I think it's the shipping that typically does, and the fact that you can still get free shipping no matter what. It's like, alright, I'll do it. What? Best Option is giving away free copies of Skyrim, Brink, and others if you work for Best Buy, Target, Walmart, or GameStop. All I have to do is send a picture of you, GameStop. Man, that's a pretty sweet deal. I used to work at Best Buy. It's like, why would you want Brink? Brink. Bull. Get Skyrim. Don't be an idiot and get Brink. Who cares? Brink is still an awful game. Don't play it. Even if they patch stuff, it's like it's still broken. And not so much broken, it's just a poorly implemented idea. Especially like the single player. It's like bot matches. It's worse than Condition Zero. That's saying something. Well, if they have Skyrim, they might choose Brink because they don't know any better. Like even the whole parkour part of Brink was stupid because it's like, alright, now I can jump over a barrier or I can run up the side of a wall, but I can still get shot at, so what's the point? A free game to trade. That's how I put it. Like the whole deals for like PlayStation 3, it's like if I needed a system, I would buy the bundle pack and I'd sell the 2 games, and then it's like, hey, I got a PlayStation 3 for like $80. You know, it's like that's how I put it. I never, whenever it comes to a bundle, I almost always sell anything that comes with it, because it's like, what if I want a game? It's like these games seem more like rentals to me. You know, it's like that kind of thing. It's like, I'll put it towards something I actually do want. I'll put it towards something digital. I can get like multiple games on the online store, kind of thing. Man, I've been talking for a long time. It's how it should always be, you know. It's like anytime you see a bundle deal, sell anything. Usually sell it unless it comes with something that you were specifically wanted in the first place. It's the same reason why I sell any gift card that comes bundled with something. It's like, sell the gift card. Always sell that gift card. Never use it. Never use the gift card. Sell it. Because why would you want a gift card when you can have full-on cash? You know, it's, even if you might lose $1 because of eBay fees or something like that. The Robin code? Oh, that's the new DLC that you have to purchase. You mean the Catwoman or something like that? Well, it's like I sold a Walmart $100 gift card and I got $101 out of it, actually. Best Buy, $50, maybe like $48 or something like that. It's because they get so much money out of their PayPal accounts, like, you know, they'll buy it, you know, because it's also presents and stuff like that. I don't know. I really don't know why they do it. They just do it. It doesn't affect me anyway. It just means I get money out of it. It's like, even after fees, it's like, it's just like for Christmas or for your birthday or something like that. Never ask for a gift card. Ask for money. You know, it's like I didn't know what you wanted, so I got you this gift card because I really want to severely limit what you can purchase. It's like, it's kind of like on Amazon just patented something where now you can like give a gift card, but then you can kind of set inside that gift card what exact department or category or whatever that they can use that gift card on. They're limited to that. It's like, that'd be a bitch. But then at the same time, it's like, I want you to buy a new like porch set, a new porch furniture set. You cannot buy this a TV or some crap like this. I want you to buy this. Then that makes sense. But like I've known people who give gift cards for places that it's like, here's a $20 gift card to a place that charges $100 for like a new shirt or something like that. It's like, this is useless. This is not going to do anything for me. 38, man. I'm still stuck on like, what was it, 16 or something like that. I haven't really played as much as I did. Who cares? It's a present. If he wastes his money on video games, then fine. You know, that's my opinion anyway. Yeah, let them be the problem. Bear that issue. I don't really buy games anymore. Really, as many new games. It's like I usually stick to. Well, unless it's I've been getting a lot of press copies lately for games, so I don't really have to buy them so much. So. I think the last game I bought, of course I got Battlefield 3, but before that, gosh, you know, I don't think since I came home from college like a year ago, I bought a game since I got Battlefield 3. I don't know. Well, I guess I got Killzone 3, but then I sold it, so, and I made more money back from it, so it's like it didn't really matter. I didn't take a hit on that. I rarely buy games for the PC because, of course, you can't sell it back after you buy it on the PC. It's stuck with you. But Battlefield 3 on the PC is so much better that I was like, I need to do it. I only own a PS3 as far as a console is concerned, but I could get an Xbox 360. I have a friend who's like, she said that, oh, I don't really play this anymore. You can have it if you want it. So, but other than that, yeah, just a PS3 and my 2 tablets. I have an iPad 2, and I have a touchpad. I don't really feel the need. I have the only reason I still have my PS3 is a 60 gigabyte one that came out, like I got it like the spring of 2007 or something like that. So still like within the launch window. And I had a 360, but then I sold it because it was collecting dust. I never used it at all. It had like old firmware patches and stuff like that. I just barely needed it. There's way more games on the PlayStation I wanted to play. So right now, I'd rather wait to the new console generation to buy consoles again. It's like I have no need, unless my PlayStation 3 like breaks, then I'll just get another PlayStation. I would say holidays 2013. All that shit about holiday 2012. No, not at all. Never. The Wii U was supposed to come out next August, which I believe because they said so much. They said like it's probably coming out this summer, next summer. I mean, but for 360. Sorry, the new Xbox system. I expect the PlayStation 4 to come out ahead of. Maybe I would say spring 2013 for the PlayStation 4, and then like fall 2013 for the 720. I hope it's not called the 720. God, I hope not. But if it was supposed to be like a code name. No, they lost so much money because of the whole 3-year warranty stuff. Then again, there's rumors going around where they might release 2 different kinds of consoles again. And I think the biggest problem that Microsoft had like this generation was that they had systems without hard drives. So developers had to work around that, and it really screwed things up for everybody. Well, yeah, it's going to cost less because they're going to use parts off the shelf now, just like the PlayStation 4. They're not going to go crazy all out by like making brand new parts and stuff like that. They're going to use stuff that's already out there. And right now, stuff out there is insane. Like they already have Blu-ray discs that can do like a terabyte. DVD discs can do up to a terabyte nowadays too. DVD and Blu-ray both, you know. all they need to do, I was talking with somebody about this. All they need to do is right now, the new, like the current 360s, the Slims, the stuff like that. They have a 32 nanometer die on their processor. Basically, the lower the die, the more stuff is packed on the processor, the way more efficient it can be. If they brought it down to 22 nanometer, they could increase the power of the graphics by like 8 or 10 fold. So they can still drastically improve upon it. And 360, they need to go to Bluetooth, of course. I mean, I think the Slim has got Bluetooth in it, but they need to have they need to have a solid system. They can't be separating parts out for different models like they did with this one. They're talking about it though, and it's just annoying as hell. I hope those rumors are false. Who knows? Microsoft could get Blu-ray. I don't know if they will. I mean, look at the Wii U. They're using stupid-ass proprietary discs. They're screwing things up. Dumb Nintendo. So stupid. What do you mean sued over Blu-ray? They own part of the license for Blu-ray. They helped create it. Them and like, I don't know if it was Panasonic or something like that, or something like a few companies helped all help make the Blu-ray. Somebody owns the patent, and that and the cell processor. A shipment issue, maybe. I don't know. It's like Xbox should have gotten, like Microsoft should have been sued for the HD DVD. It was so crazy during those platform wars. It's like when, was it Disney? I don't know if it's Disney or Warner Bros. Something like that. They just totally jumped ship in the middle of things and totally ruined the HD DVD. It's like, oh man, that was so hilarious. It's like finally, people are getting so confused over that stupid crap. Sony's getting sued for a lot of stuff. Microsoft's been sued for way more, probably. They got sued a lot of times for the Xbox Live program. No one really talks about that, though, I guess. I mean, so Microsoft got like big time hacked, like a couple years ago. Maybe a little bit longer than that, but like a little while ago. But no one talked about that. But then Sony got hacked, and everyone was talking about that, even if no one was really put into harm's way. Like no one really had their credit card information stolen. There was no really proof of that. If there was, it was really minor. It's tiny scale. Yeah. Well, it goes to show. It wasn't Steam, but even Steam. No one really got hacked. No credit card information. They're saying like none of the credit card information was taken or anything like that. It was just stupid ass people using the same password across different accounts. That's the only reason they really had to put out that warning and stuff like that, was that, okay, so the passwords are at risk, but the reason they had to talk about not just the Steam forum, but Steam as a platform, was because people use their passwords across different... It's like, don't do that. Use LastPass like I do. Generate a random password and have it on different sites, and you don't have to worry about that. Don't stick to one password. Well, that's why I pay $12 a year, so I can have a generated password and have it on my mobile phone and all that stuff. It's like no longer do I use the same password across different accounts anymore. Every single password is different now. Although they did publish that latest thing about the top 20 most used passwords. People use like QWERTY and ABC123 and their names and username and password and stuff. It's like, and stupid stuff like people writing down their password on a sticky note and slapping it onto their monitor and stuff like that. It's like, God. Actually, the ASDF wasn't on that list, and I was surprised. I thought ASDF would be on there, but it wasn't. It's the same reason why it's like you don't type your mother's maiden name or something like that and you add a 1 to it, because that's like, it's like something they test right away. It's like people go through all these typical passwords. They got your information. That's all they needed to go through and guess passwords. They don't need your password anymore. They just need your basic information. They can guess your password most likely. Yeah, password was like number 2 or 3. It's really dumb shit. Man. Guys, I need to get off. It's really late. I've been casting for way too long. I'm still burned out from all the... Mine is random, so you can guess mine even if you tried. It's like a bunch of different letters and numbers. Oh, yeah. I'm like... All that tryptophan is just attacking my system. Thanksgiving dinner. Anyway... Yep, it was. And, you know, in a couple months, I'll be out of this house and I'll be on my own and I'll be able to do longer casts. You know, just shoot the shit and all that stuff. Hopefully do more marathons. I enjoyed our marathon. Even if it was 24 hours, that Skype chat and stuff like that really kept me awake. Playing through Batman and stuff like that. Just playing a bunch of 90s animated TV show themes and stuff like that. I think if you go inside my video archive and look at, I think it's part 15 or something like that. That's when we start to do crazy stuff. Oh, it wasn't a bike race. People were doing bike race on that same course, but mine was just a running race. Mine was kind of slow because what happened was I usually use like these Minimus shoes, these Vibrams that are supposed to like mimic running on bare feet, but I had to wear my regular Asics running shoes, and I hadn't worn those since like last year during the triathlon. And they felt like concrete blocks running with them, so I kept having to stop and walk. But I was running with my brother, and what happened was that at the end of it, we kind of got, you know, separated and stuff like that. He said when we came, oh yeah, I got damaged. I don't know. Like here, I could show you, like, if I get a good image, I could show you like some of the damage I got. Oh here, it's like, what is it? There it is. Like a little cut. You can kind of see the cut down here, like right across, stuff like that. But no, so me and my brother, we got separated, and he said he beat me by like 8 minutes, and then because he's a much bigger guy than I am, he's like maybe I don't know, 60 pounds more than I am or something like that, maybe 30 pounds, and he's not like he's out of shape. He works out all the time, but he said he beat me by 8 minutes, and I've been running since I was like in middle school. So I was like, I didn't think I lost that poorly. I mean, I was walking a lot, but you know, I wouldn't have had any problem with it if he hadn't beaten me. But I checked the results after the race. It was like a few hours after the race was over that they posted online. I beat him by a minute. So I was like, you beat me by 8 minutes. I beat you by a minute. You were 100 people behind me. So it was like it's like I didn't even thought I passed you. I was like, really? Wow. And then later it's like, no, you didn't pass me. That's probably why you didn't. You were 100 people back. Even a minute is a long ways back. Well, for me, it's like I wouldn't have had an issue at all if he had beaten me. It's like, all right, cool. You know, that's pretty cool. I was having a really tough time. You know. And if he would have beaten me, I would be like, yeah, I can see easily. You could easily beat me. But the fact that he was saying 8 minutes, and he told all my relatives that, yeah, I beat him by like 8 minutes. You know, I'm getting really good at this. It's like, no, I still beat him. That's where it's kind of like, really? that's where it's silly. You know, other than that, you know, whatever. It was really nice out that day too. It was like in the 50s. So it was really nice outside, and much better than it has been. Like other years, it's been like snow and a lot more cold and dangerous out there. Well, it's like I'm not bragging, you know. It's like if he would have beaten me, I would have had no problem. But the fact is that, you know, that he said I told him my time, and I was like, yeah, I got like an hour 16, and he's like, oh man, I beat you like 8 minutes. It's like, you know, the clock is like
when you turn onto the place where the clock is, it's like 50 meters away. You know, it's like you can see the time going up the hill all the way to the end. It's like, how could you guess 108 or 107 when it's 117 or something like that? So I don't know. It just bugged me. It had nothing to do with, you know, I'm never going to say I'm better than anybody. It's like, I know a lot of people who can beat me in a foot race. You know, I have the endurance. I don't have a lot of the speed, but I have a lot of the endurance. Especially on a 7 mile course like that, a 7 mile like steeplechase. That is not something that I can do masterfully at. I think if I had a better pair of shoes, maybe, because like my regular shoes that I usually run with, the barefoot running kind of shoes, are like maybe a few ounces. The Asics are like a pound or two. So that's kind of like it, you know. They're a lot harder to move in. Yeah, that's basically what it was. It was a steeplechase, you know, going through creeks, up steep hills, you know, around logs, trying to get over fallen branches and rocks and stuff like that, and going under tunnels and gravel roads, dirt roads, all that kind of stuff. It's a really exciting race. Like 7,500 people race in it, and it's like internationally well known. A lot of people from even different countries on different continents compete in that race as well. I mean, you have people doing that 7 mile course, that really difficult course, in like 38 minutes. Think about that for a second. A 7 mile course that isn't on a track or on a regular, you know, cross country course in 38 minutes. And they usually say if you can do a 6 mile run in under an hour, that's a sign that you're in really a pretty good shape. If you can do it like in 42 minutes or something like that, which is like where I'm usually at, that means you're in pretty damn good shape. But 38 minutes on a 7 mile course that is a steeplechase. It's like, man, these guys are really good. It's like, that's like when you talk about like close to competing in like the world championships and stuff like that. You know, it's man, I couldn't even imagine. There's people in my age bracket who are doing it too. Isn't it crazy how you can see two of me right now? Sometimes I wondered like if they were like doing shortcuts and stuff like that, but nope. They usually have some guy like on a motorcycle or something like that, just, or people on the course officiating. You know, always keeping tabs. I don't think there was a part on that race where I didn't see somebody watching us. So it is running speed. Like I had a guy in my cross country team in high school who held the school record for it was like for a 5K run, which is like 3.1 miles for 15:40 or something like that, 15:30, 15 minutes and 30 seconds. So like my fastest 5K was probably like 18 something, you know, and that was really, really fast. But like his jog looked like my sprint. So it's like, man, I can't beat this Kenyan for the life of me, kind of thing. You know, it's like, and he was from Kenya, so. But you know, there was plenty of people who were, you know, nationally American that were just as fast as he was. So it kind of goes to show. Usually, the shorter people are the ones that do better because they have a higher turnover. People with long legs, like not until Usain Bolt came around, you know, like probably the fastest runner in the world right now. Until he came around, when it was straight up, like it was usually the shorter people who dominated because they had the faster turnover rate with their legs to really, you know, kick into a stride as soon as possible for the 100-meter dash and stuff like that. Usain Bolt came by and it's like, oh man, I could just bound my way and like leap over these fools. But no, it's usually shorter people who dominate races. That's the stereotype anyway. That's basically it. It's like he's just stepping over people like crash, crash, crash. Anyway, guys, my throat's getting really dry, so I'm gonna call it a night. I'll try to cast them more often than I have been. I gotta also think about like what games I want to play after this too, because I'm only like maybe a third of the way into the game, but you know, actually, I'm getting kind of up into it, but yeah, yeah. Thanks a lot for coming, guys. That was a nice trip down memory lane for me. You guys have a good night, alright?